Samantha.
Okay, good morning, class of 2023. I am your student body president, Samantha. I just wanted to start off by saying that I'm very proud of you guys, me along with Human 4. We're very proud of you guys and all of your hard work. I know we're going through some difficult times, but let's be hopeful of this year and the upcoming year. I did also want to say, keep up the good work. If there's anything that you have left to do, please get it done. And happy holidays. Take care, guys.
Great. Thank you, Samantha. All right. So just a few reminders today. We're going to do one mic, of course. Mics will be muted when not speaking. However, if you are a speaker today, you are a co-host, and so you can unmute yourself. You don't need to wait for anybody to unmute you, all right? Not on this slide, but I would just say, if you have a friend that's not here in this meeting right now, and you can send them a little text or something, please do, so that everybody is in this meeting. Ensemble facilitators, same thing. If you're missing any of your students, would appreciate just some last minute outreach so that they don't miss what we have planned for them today. Feel free to use the reactions in Zoom throughout the meeting. Can I see, let me see, who should I ask? If anybody and everybody can show me that they know what that means, that would be awesome. So it's hands clapping, it's the little confetti celebration horn, I think it is. There's a heart. There are some different symbols that you can use throughout, thumbs up, to help us try to create a virtual audience, right? Because if we were in the auditorium at school, we would all be making a lot of noise and doing lots of clapping. All right, so perfect attendance is our first area of celebration, and that comes with a perfect attendance pin. We have Ayutan A, Lord Blackman. This is perfect attendance. Gretel C, Xavion C, Justin D, Leslie D, Tylon F, Anaya F, Delina G, Kiana I, Zaire M, Surav R, Keith R, and Jamar S. Quality work in history is going to be presented by Ms. Minot. She is actually covering for Jamar Smith, who is our student government representative. However, he had an unfortunate small injury and his foot is in recovery, and so he couldn't be with us today to do this part.
Good morning, everyone. So our first two pieces of work represent student work from the two history courses offered to sophomores, Global 2 and World AP. This first sample is from Kosh in Miss Minot's World AP class, who created an autopsy for the death of an empire. He chose the Mughal Empire, in which he traced the rise and fall of the empire, identifying the causes of death in an autopsy report. Planning for this assignment included gathering and organizing information from prior assignments, including process assignments. The project also included, that cannot be seen here, an obituary that identified the achievements of the empire and the legacy. Our second sample is a Global 2 project that Miss Minot and Miss Cook's classes completed on the Enlightenment, where students took the philosophies of the Enlightenment and applied that knowledge by identifying the effects of Enlightenment philosophies on that time period, as well as making connections to modern day issues. This sample is from Opiatan in Miss Cook's class, showing a panel of Enlightenment philosophers discussing their work.
All right, let me see some reactions. Let's try these reactions. What do we got? See if we can do this. I actually can't because I'm facilitating, but in case you're wondering. So let's make up for that and make sure if you can put a reaction on, let's practice doing that. Hands clapping, thumbs up, heart, horn, whatever floats your boat. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Minot. Ms. Hernandez. So Ms. Hernandez is our Restorative Approaches facilitator, one of them, and she is point for our partnership with the Rockaway Youth Task Force. And the following students, Ayutan, Opiatan, and Emily, have been consistently attending what's called the Community Organizing and Resistance Education Program. This is an evening activity on Thursday nights. It's for 10 weeks. And we could not be more proud of these students and their leadership. This is exactly what our mission and vision is about, supporting students to become leaders in their community. And we try to partner with organizations in support of that. I just want to make sure if there's something that you're doing in your community as a leader, maybe you're helping your church hand out food, or maybe you're involved in some other activities that shows leadership. Make sure we know about this. Mr. Ogle or your F, make sure that we know about that kind of leadership so we can give you leadership credit. And again, great work to the students that have been consistently attending this, and shout out to Ms. Hernandez for her guidance.
All right, so scholars, we want to focus on our award recipients for top growers for the month of March. Okay, and I have a little feedback. All right, so some of our top growers for the month of March, through March, for trimester 1, we have Opiatan, and apologize if I am saying your name incorrect, Opiatan Guganabade, Connor Corley, Jaira Cervantes in science, Justin Dell in science, ensemble, Jairo, I'm sorry, I have to go back, Jairo Cervantes in math and science, and Opiatan in physical education. Anaya Freckleton in dance, Ivana Leslie Cameron in history, Adriana Martinez in ensemble, Asario Ademawenge in history, intro to coding, as well as English, Janella Stretcher in math and music, Crystal Orhi in science, Sorav Ramajantan in digital arts, Messiah Ramsey in both science and math, Keith Rose in physical education and health, Devontae Small Gibbs in studio art, Janae Taylor in science. Congratulations to all of our top growers for trimester 1.
Awesome. And in case you're not familiar with the voice that you just heard, that's Mr. Grant, and he is the 10th grade cohort counselor. Thank you, Mr. Grant. Quality work from English. All right.
One of our student government members, Sade, is presenting, or would have liked to have presented on the Quality Work Spotlight in English. And this particular Quality Work Spotlight.
Mr. Grant, Sade is here and she's going to present on this. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Sade,
Good morning, everybody. The police department has the power to value Black lives and treat them equally, so I can urge them to: 1, train your officers to take action that will not result in unnecessary violence against a Black person. 2, respect Black lives and not look at them as criminals, and stop racist killing. The George Floyd incident where a white officer killed him was a really unnecessary thing to do. Even if he had committed a crime, that does not give that officer the right to take another man's life away, especially when he is unarmed and can't fight back. If that was a white man, I most well know that the officer would have not killed him. Just because of the skin color of a person, the police department would treat them differently. Please Officers, stop the unnecessary killing and racist against Black lives and value our lives just as other lives.
Thank you,
Thank
Sade.
you.
And that was an excerpt from a piece that the student did with Ms. Thompson and Mr. Shovnik in English. Sade, did you say those students' name?
No. What student?
Okay, Mr. Grant, can you please say the student's name?
Absolutely. So we want to give acknowledgement to Asario Adewenge for this piece that he wrote directly to the commissioner, calling for law enforcement reform.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. On to,
Oh, great.
on to our top Starfish Point achievers. We want to recognize and give full virtual admiration, praise, and support towards Henry Morales Jr., our top Starfish Point earner at 1,840 points. Justin Dell, followed by Justin Dell at 1,830 points. Anaya Freckleton, Ayutan Aganubade, and Marcia Hayes. Congratulations to all of our top Starfish Point achievers.
Mr. Grant.
Sure. Yeah, so here we also want to focus on our quality work within the subject area of science. This piece before us all was developed and created by Marcus Bowen. He's focusing on why the planet Kepler, all right, the structure Kepler in outer space is a habitable space, why it is a habitable planet. He developed this within the classroom of Ms. Lake and Mr. Valesas. And here you can see that he's defending, and here he's defending his point. It is a habitable planet because it orbits a G2V type star like the sun, which is 20% more luminous with nearly the same temperature and mass. At this point, its star evolution, Kepler 452b, is receiving 10% more energy from its parent star than Earth is currently receiving from the sun. So excellent defense, and you could see that it's somewhat of a replication of what Earth is for us. Excellent job, and kudos to Mr. Marcus Bowen on this quality work.
Thanks, Mr. Grant. Mr. Williams, I want to make sure everybody knows who Mr. Williams is, of course. He's our assistant principal, and he supports 10th grade and 9th grade as the assistant principal cohort lead there. So if you don't know Mr. Williams, you can message him. Maybe he'll put his email in. Caregivers, if you have any questions over break, feel free to reach out to him, as well as students. And he's going to recognize our top achievers. If you're a top achiever, you're going to get a Starfish pin that's gold. It's cool. And again, I'll be looking to see that these are on your pajamas or your uniform, your clothes, because it represents really hard work. Okay, so here we go. Mr. Williams, take it away with our top achievers. Ayutan is kicking things off. Ayutan.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Ayutan A for excellence in history, English, science, math, and studio art and English and history. Wow, congratulations and great work. Marcus B for excellence in science and physical education. Justin D, ensemble. Anaya F in history and PE and health. Angel G, history. Marcia Hayes, ensemble. Marlon L, music. Javion M for excellence in dance, history, science, and math. Javion M, math. Osario O, math. Iyanjo Oh, dance, and my apologies there. And Danny S. in digital art. Congratulations, artist scholars.
Okay. And just as a reminder to everyone, these are our top achievers. These are not our only achievers in 10th grade, right? So if you get a top achiever, it just means that you got the highest marks. If you're a top grower, it means you grew the most. And Leslie, please introduce the art spotlight.
Hey guys, I'm Leslie and I'm the Dance Art Senator for Student Government. Although we haven't been creating art together, we have still been working to create at home. We have still been working together to create it at home, different dances and practicing different new moves we may have never done before. Even when we'd get shy and not turn the cameras on in class, we managed to pull through. So without further ado, here's the art spotlight work.
And if you don't know, Leslie Doncourt is an art senator and she represents dance. And somebody, I think Messiah just joined, so somebody be sure to chat him and let him know that he earned 2 awards for top grower, Miss Cook.
It's the place for me. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the place for we. Oh, whoa, whoa. It's the place for me. It's the place for me.
I'm the chain stuck in my old town. As I'm going out, it's gonna go down. My black queen's got a gold crown. To your hometown, to a ghost town. And like baby tell, I pull up, they baby tell. And I ain't really wishing well. Don't say none, don't kiss and tell. I'm saying the this is a destiny figure out. This is a life for this run for me. Ripped to the souls that they fought and they went for me. Wanna say thinking of people present for me. And I know they resent to me. I know they fight about me. I know they wanna do third degree. Not how it's supposed to be.
Visions. It's the place for me. Oh yeah, yeah. It's the place for we. Oh, whoa, whoa. It's the place for me. It's the place for
All right, sorry about that technical difficulty. And everybody will be shared on this PowerPoint so you can watch these things again. And just a huge shout out to the arts teachers, Ms. Davis, Mr. Mormon, Ms. Moore, and Mr. Morris, as well as Mr. Williams, our music engineer, who is obviously facilitating the mobile recording studio. Students, if you don't know about that, okay, just ask Mr. Williams how to sign up or ask another adult how to connect you to Mr. Williams. And a huge shout out to all the students whose work was just featured. We'll be making a few modifications to this video so that your first names are in the credits, and then we'll post this to YouTube so that you can share and rewatch. I think that, you know, part of our mission and vision is to be both scholars and artists, to create something with the knowledge that we have. And I think part of the reason why we're here today is we are basically in protest of the idea that a pandemic or anything can get in the way of us, you know, creating something remarkable. May not look exactly like it would if we were on site, right? But it is still remarkable work because it represents your best and it represents your creativity during a very challenging time. So I salute you for that. And just remember, it's not just a thing. It is truly who we are striving to be, pandemic or no pandemic. We create no matter what, and we strive to create something that challenges the status quo. We're going to move to honor roll. I'm going to read off honor roll. Cum laude, if you don't know, right, those are 80 to 85% average for your grades. Lord, B. Justin, D. Leslie, D. William, H. Ivana, LC. Adriana, M. Genesis, M. Emmanuel, O. Patrick, O. Olivia R. Paul R. Keith R. Jamar S. Patrina S. Janae T. Osaro O. and Devontae Small Gibbs. Magna cum laude is if you have an 86 to a 92% average. And again, this is just related to T1. Gordon A, Gretel C, Gyro C, Xavion C, Imani D, Davina D, Anaya F, Daneka L, Idahosa O, Ian Julu Lu Oni, Crystal O, and Dennis Tahada. Summa cum laude, that is 93 to 100%. That is the tippy top. Ayutan A, Opiatan A, Angel G, Marcia H, Kosh J, Marilyn L, and Javian Alexis M. Mr. Grant.
All right, great. So we are going to also focus on another quality work spotlight in the subject area of health. This particular quality work that I'll be reading shortly was produced by Gordon Adams of Mr. Ramos's health class. And what you will see is basically an excerpt in which he self-reflects on concrete behaviors impacting his stress level. And this excerpt, it identifies that concrete behavior of change, of adjustment as being his sleeping habits. So let's listen up. One of the concrete behaviors, Gordon Adams writes, one of the concrete behaviors that has me stressed out in my sleeping habits or my schedule, sleeping schedule, I need it to be really fixed. Sometimes I go to sleep really early. Sometimes I go to sleep late. Sometimes I could easily fall asleep. And sometimes I can't go to sleep no matter how hard I try. With my sleeping schedule, I will wake up early some days, then late in the afternoon, even nights sometimes. And this is bad because if this continues, I will fall behind on my work and start to fail. I need to fix it. Some ways I can fix my sleeping schedule is to get into a routine, shut off all my devices at a certain time, probably 9:30, 10 the latest, and then go to sleep to wake up for 8 or sometimes 9. That will give me more than enough sleep for almost 10 hours and even more. And this will help boost my energy and improve my stress level and grades and overall my vibe. Excellent work, Gordon Adams, on this quality work and really good self-reflection. Another quality work that we want to focus on comes from the area of mathematics. So I just want to let folks take a look at this. See if you could actually see the image within the image, all right? So what you are all looking at is a piece created and developed by Adahosa. And Adahosa basically used a tessellation invention developed in Miss Jackson's class. This particular artist scholar, he used skills in dilation, translation, reflection, rotation to make a shape that could be fit together with copies of itself to cover the page, like square tiles fit together to cover a bathroom floor. So really, truly ingenious, very inventive, and major shout out to Adahosa in Ms. Jackson's class for this development. To offer more clarity and substance to how creative this is, Ms. Keene is going to be sharing a video on what they refer to as the Michael Jackson bird, and you'll see why.
Okay, so the point is that was the bird that was replicated all over the tessellation project. All right, so news and announcements. This is our student information hub, and students and caregivers, if you aren't familiar with this, caregivers, you can ask your student to show you this, but basically we've created this to help students find information, critical information that they need. I wanna show you one little trick real quick that I've figured out. First of all, when you go to your class page, so there's a little drop down here at the top, we have a class page for each group. We have the info spotlights always, which just always have critical information communicated every Monday to students in ensemble. And it's really small here and it moves kind of fast. So if you want to be able to spend more time with this, you just go to this icon here. And when you hit that, it pops out the PowerPoint and then you can move it at your own pace and it's a lot larger. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you know that this is here. There's a student government site, there's a calendar, there's information on clubs if you forget where they are and when they are. You can still join clubs. You can join clubs anytime. Starfish Points, you can check on how many you've received by your OSIS number. SST has a site, you know, you can go to their Google Classroom link directly from this tab and see the different groups that are available to you. Look at this. So I know that it's hard to keep all this information together, but we have the group, the person leading it, the time, and the Zoom link. So we're trying to, and I know that it's hard to keep yourself organized during this time, and we're going to keep trying to make things better for you, and you should keep telling us how to do that. Any feedback is appreciated. I want to shout out Ms. Cook's ensemble, all of you that are on the call for meeting with Mr. Bowerly last week and giving him feedback to improve this site. It's really helpful. Thank you. And upcoming dates, December 24th to January 3rd, of course, is our winter break. January 4th, we come back. January 18th is a holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And January 19th is when we'll be sending out progress reports for trimester 2, which feels crazy that we could already be at that place, but we are. This year is going to keep moving fast. So buckle in and continue to do your best. All right, so we're going to try something right now that I hope that you will give your best at. We want to document, right? So when we're in new situations and times, we want to make sure we're documenting what's happening. And I would love for us to be able to successfully take a cohort photo right now with everybody that's present. And I would love for you to be able to turn your camera on for this. I'm going to give you a minute to, you know, maybe put a hat on or move to a different part of the room if you want to. Anything that you need to do to be able to put your camera on, I would sure appreciate it. I don't want you to leave the meeting. If you can't put your camera on, stay in the meeting because your name will still be there. But of course, the picture will be more interesting if our faces are in it. So continue to get situated. I'm going to give you a few more seconds to do that. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to have to take a picture 4 times and I'm going to count down. I'm going to count up to 3 every time. All right. And Mr. Williams, you're going to close things out. We ready? Oh, Mr. Adderley has a good hat on. Do we have any other festive gear here? It's not required. All right. Come on, guys. Can't you turn your cameras on for me so we can have a super interesting picture? All right. All right. Okay. So I'm going to count to 3 and then I'm going to take the pictures. Okay. So we're going to try it for the first time. 1, 2, 3. You hear that? I see a couple more people turning their cameras on. Thank you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See a couple more people turning their cameras on. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Before Mr. Williams closes things out, again, I just want to thank everyone for being here, and I hope you have a very blessed holiday. Students, make sure that you understand that we have office hours today. Office hours, very important. You have anything that you're not clear about that you want to make sure you're working on over the break for T1, and then R1 is at 1 o'clock. And that's always for making up NX's incompletes. When you get your report card, anything that is an NX on your report card, you will have trimester 2 to complete, but don't wait till the last minute. Do it immediately while it's fresh in your head. And I encourage you to use the break. So go to R1, make sure you know what you need to do. Those of you that have NXs from T3 of last year, you have until January 1st. Make sure you leave today clear. If you need anything over the holidays, I am here for you. You can reach out to me. You know you can reach out. And I sent you an email prior to this meeting with some resources from SST as well, if you need any assistance over the break and you're not able to reach one of us. Again, have a very blessed holiday, and thank you for coming and spending some time with us this morning. Mr. Williams?
Thank you, Principal King. And ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of our celebration for this morning. However, artist scholars, by no means have we reached the end of our academic year. If you weren't recognized today, know that there's plenty of time to energize over the break and come back stronger than ever to earn a spot in one of our remaining community celebrations this year. Those of you who were recognized today, keep up the good work. You're setting a great foundation for what is the rest of your academic career. Thank you again for joining us to celebrate the many pockets of greatness that exist within our school community this morning. On behalf of myself and the entire Human for Leadership team, we hope that you have a great rest of your day and a safe and pleasant holiday season. Good morning.